Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And today we're going to be comparing Bitcoin to gold, the virtual gold versus the physical gold. Is one better than the other moving into the future? Are their markets correlated in any way? When one goes up, does the other one go up? And we're going to be doing a deep analysis of Bitcoin compared to gold right here today. So if you guys are interested, go Instagram for the video, and do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. But let's go ahead and dive on into this, because this has been a much requested video because of the fact with Bitcoin rising and growing in popularity as countries and programs and organizations start adopting it. People want to know, is this the new version of gold as we enter this technological age that we're so used to and accustomed to, especially over the past couple of years? And when looking at the markets, a lot of traders and investors also want to know, do the markets have any correlation? Because when you look at them, at first glance, you might say no, they don't have any kind of correlation. If anything, they're inverse, when that's not really the case, and the markets do have actually some sort of a correlation. While it is not perfect and tethered to one another, they definitely do have at least some sort of a correlation. And we're going to be showing that today looking at the chart. So on the right side, we have gold, and then on the left side, we have Bitcoin. So looking at this, I want to go ahead and highlight a couple of things, because it's hard to say right now if one is better than the other one. Maybe one can yield more profits if you're trading or holding it over the course of the future. But the thing with Bitcoin is that it's still very new. It's just been around for just over 10 years now, when gold's been around since the creation of the earth. And that's the big difference here, is that Bitcoin is still a very young market, while gold is a very old market, arguably the oldest market in all of our what we have today in our world. So when we're looking at this, they do have a little bit of a correlation, but you can't directly say that one is greater than the other. Maybe potentially Bitcoin can yield greater profits because it's newer and thus has a lower market cap, but gold is arguably a safer market because it is a physical copy of money that we have used for the entirety of humanity, and is something that has always remained as a constant in value. So let's talk about this. Is the safe option the way to go, being physical gold, or is the riskier but more rewarding way, potentially, of Bitcoin the way to go? Well, doing a market analysis of this, we have both of these charts pulled up from roughly the same time frame. These are both on one-day charts, and when you're looking at this, you can see that there was this recovery period from the course of 2017 moving over to the course of 2018 on both of these charts. You see in 2017 they were both pretty far down from where they were off from 2018, and they definitely do have a recovery period, and once that they actually reached 2018, both of these charts peaked, fairly enough. Now, the difference here is that probably around October, you really saw this drastic rise in the price of gold, whereas Bitcoin was still having its climb up to its all-time high. Now, when this happened, Bitcoin yielded greater results and greater profits during this age, but again, you had more risk involved with it. So with gold over here, yes, they both reached all-time highs around the peak, around the beginning of 2018, and then they continued to have this little bit of a bear market over the course of 2018. So 2017 was a great lead up. 2017 was a bear market for both of these guys. Again, with Bitcoin rising more than gold and yielding greater results, it also yielded a greater bear market, so to say. So when Bitcoin had a more harsh bear market than gold, Bitcoin fell substantially more, at least in percentage-wise, compared to gold. And so when we're looking at this over this course, and we're seeing that there is, again, at this bear market all the way from the beginning of 2018, and something that we're still in over here, and when we're looking at the price action of gold, seeing all the way from the beginning of 2018, this really bottomed out around September. Now, September was really kind of this plateau period for Bitcoin. So this is where things start getting a little bit inverse. But if you notice over here on Bitcoin, it had another harsh drop around the time of November. And if you go over here to the price action chart of gold, you can see again over in November around the same date, gold dropped pretty substantially over here too, going all the way from 1,237 all the way down to 11,096. Over here on Bitcoin, the same date, November of 2018, you had Bitcoin drop from 6,300 all the way down to 3,100. So both of these, when you saw a change in one of these charts, when Bitcoin dropped, or necessarily when gold dropped, Bitcoin did follow that. Now again, it was way more harsh in the price action of Bitcoin. Maybe they're not correlated, but you are seeing a little bit of a similarity here in this climb from 2017 to 2018, bear market over the course of 2019, little bit of differentiation once we start reaching and defining this a little bit more. But when you start seeing these harsh drops in Bitcoin around November, you see the same thing in gold. Now, this is where things started to change a little bit. You do have a little bit of a bounce over here in December. You can see that after this drop, of course, Bitcoin did bounce too, and then so did gold. But here's where the difference really starts changing, is that when Bitcoin is now kind of just plateauing again, and you have gold that's climbing substantially. Gold is retracing, nearly almost fully back to its all-time high, or to its previous high up here at around 11,000 or $1,366. So when gold is retracing, Bitcoin's still kind of plateauing. So what this does is it asks the question, is Bitcoin next? If it's going to follow gold here, is this an early sign of saying, all right, Bitcoin could be turning around? We see it riding the 50 EMA on the daily right now, trying ever so, trying ever so hard to break this area. If it does break this area, like gold did down here, are we going to see a similar result? Because when gold broke this area over here, that's the wrong tool. When gold broke this area of the 50 EMA, it had a substantial upside. So now that we're looking at this in the same area, is Bitcoin in the same area as gold over here? And could you be seeing the same sort of upside on Bitcoin? Is it going to follow gold? Is it tethered to gold? Well, that's something that we're going to have to wait to find out, because a lot of people are kind of calling the bottom for Bitcoin in this area, or at least around this area of $3,000. So a lot of people are looking at these two and saying, man, could they be correlated? Because this could just be it. Maybe if this 50 EMA does break on Bitcoin, on the Bitcoin daily, it could follow in the same cycle as gold. Now, what I'm not saying is that it could necessarily be as volatile, because we know Bitcoin does work differently than gold because of just how the market cap is different. The market cap is substantially lower in Bitcoin than it is in gold. And again, gold has been around for a lot longer. So I'm not saying that this is going to reach highs back up to $20,000 here over the next couple of months. I don't think that that's probable to happen, but I think, again, drawn out over a longer period of time, I think you could have this Bitcoin chart start moving back up if it breaks this 50 EMA. And if it does want to follow gold, you could see this correlation here and how the two could work out and how one could follow the other. So while they are not directly correlated, while they are not tethered to one another, as to say so much that they copy it, that when one goes up, the other one has to go up, and when one goes down, the other one has to go down. When I'm looking at this, I can see similarities, and that when one market moves a certain way, often you do have one market respond with some sort of a similar move, especially larger moves as we saw in here, right? Bigger trends, you are seeing some sort of a correlation between the price action and the trend analysis of Bitcoin to gold. So it's really unique kind of seeing this, because not a lot of people want to compare this, but so often Bitcoin is called the virtual gold, and so often you have gold just being the physical gold. And so now with these two nicknames divvied out, correlating the two, I think it's only proper that one does an analysis and is aware of what's going in both the precious metal, more specifically the gold market, as well as the physical, or the virtual market of Bitcoin, or the entirety of cryptocurrency. So when you have this happening over here, again, I think you really have gold as the precious metal leader of the of precious metals, and then you have Bitcoin, which is essentially the leader of cryptocurrencies. So with each of these respectively being the relative leaders in their markets, I think that it's only fair that you do at least some sort of a trend analysis or compare the two in some way. So let me know what you guys thought about this video. Are these two markets correlated? Did you enjoy this? Did you get any kind of insightful information out of this? If this did help you guys, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It does help out the channel a lot. Produce a lot more content like this. And leave a comment in the comment section below. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this whole situation, and really if Bitcoin could be copying the same trend as we see over here in the price action of gold. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video.